And now, your host, Lee Earl.
Grown folks, shizzle. From the everyday dude. Alright, look, I know last week we said we was gonna touch on some topics. To be honest with you, I got ADHD. I'm on to the next shit. And the next shit has to be, I've heard it on the internet, obviously. I've seen it with my friend, obviously. And I've seen it throughout time. The phrase, it ain't trickin' if you got it. Now let's just be realistic about that. We all know where the phrase came from. When a dude couldn't get no ass, he be like, man, I ain't tricking on her. I don't know why that nigga tricking on that girl. She ain't finna give him no ass anyway. I don't know why the dude, you get my point. Another point I have to make with this is, it is tricking for ass. And women, and men. Let's just be honest about it. A lot of people make bad investments in stocks. It happens every day. Sometimes you even do it. Hell, you seen the commercial talking about gas station sushi? And sometimes you just make bad investments in life. And sometimes you put in $15, $20 to try to get with a bra or to try to do something to make sure you can get some ass out the deal. Some people pay bills, tricking. Some people pay car notes. Some women pay cell phone bills. Some people, we're gonna stop saying men and women, people, because I'm a true believer in your character. I'm a true believer in your soul is who you are, and if you evil, don't matter if you're a man or a fucking woman, you're evil. So back to tricking. It is tricking, man, and just because you got it don't make it no fucking better, man. You're paying for ass.
You're paying for ass.
And when I say man, that's woman. Like I said, you are paying for ass. You up there, you right there, you're paying for fucking ass. Sometimes you don't get it. Then you buy more and you start doing more things and you do what I like to call guilt them into the pussy or the dick or blackmail or do whatever it is you gotta do because you feel like I need a return on my what? On my fucking investment. So it is tricking if you got it. We're gonna transition that. And we're gonna stay on point. We're gonna transition from tricking to these dudes saying they're pimping. Shout out to everybody who's really doing it. And you're gonna say, why is he saying shout out? Because as fucked up as it is, I appreciate you doing what you do if you do it for real. But for everybody else that's watering down the game, you're fucking up everything. You're fucking up terminology. You're fucking up definitions. You're fucking up a lot of things. So we'll go to the point. If a man is to trick on a woman and he claims to be a pimp, in my opinion, and I've spoken to some people that happen to be in the business, there is not a point when he's worried about himself getting in her ass. That is an investment into a building, if you will. So I can set up my business, have employees, paychecks, and everything. It's a fucked up analogy, but you get my point. He's not worried about being employed and using the facility. The only thing he is concerned, or the only thing they are concerned, is simply making sure that there's a stakehold in the facility. Sounds horrible, but I'm gonna say this one last time. If you pay to get the pussy, you are tricking. If you don't, you are pimping. All I'm asking for is people to be literal, because I got a lot of people telling me they doing some shit that they ain't doing. Now with that said, when you telling me you're doing what you're not doing, everybody, I appreciate you a lot for saying this. They're watering down the water, man. How do you water down water? Me and Oz were talking about this. How the fuck do you water down water? You water down water by dudes continually allowing, or people continually allowing people to get away with bullshit. You're not pimping. You're not tricking. I would tell you I was on 36s, and then I would get on a fucking Metro Transit to make sure that matched up. Other than that, I wouldn't be saying no shit like that. I need literal. Now we're gonna transition into people getting upset with something that you have no reason to be upset with at all. I've even had somebody ask me, hey Earl, how come you ain't upset that you ain't signed? And I'm like, for real? Like, do you realize that rap is the new and one of the NBA? So if I'm in and one, how many people got picked up from and one? Yep, maybe one more, doubtful. So with that said, man, let's just get back to what's being real. You can't be upset that ain't nobody listening to your shit, ain't nobody pumping you, ain't nobody liking you, and I'm speaking to myself. Most of my music, who are you to talk shit to me, is me looking directly in the mirror back at myself to make sure y'all can't say nothing to me that I ain't already said to myself. I have these conversations, grown folk shit, basically so I can make sure that y'all understand you need to be grown. You need to act grown. You cannot be upset with something that you don't get when you don't need it. If you need it, understandable. If you want it and can't get it, don't talk about this shit, man. Like I'm not your best friend like that. Call that other motherfucker. Call me whenever you like, hey man, I'm about to stronghold this motherfucker for this shit. Not literally, because I don't want to be a precursor to no bullshit, but you know what I'm saying. I just need you to keep your word, man. I need you to understand what you're saying ripples. what you're saying, I have to explain. Shit, I am TOBD. Do you understand what that means? The one black dude, or in other cases, the other black dude. Most of my life, I've been the 10%. I've been the 8%. I've not been the majority. Verbally, I've been the majority. Now I'm gonna end this on saying one good note. And this is on the back of this shit for one reason. Cause you ever had somebody try to ear hustle you? Or just say some shit like, hey man, I heard this. And then when you ask them where they heard it from, it turns out they ain't heard shit. They just made up some shit that they thought happened in their brain. And they asked you because they wanted you to confirm if that really happened. And if it didn't happen, can you tell them what happened? No? Just me? Bye.